Swayam Radati Sopadandikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagar Chatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitam Cha E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकास स्वामिनिति नामिने नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाशादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे वृंदवानी वृंदा विश्व पूजिता पुष्पसारा नंदिनी कृष्ण जीवम विश्व पावनी तुलसी नमो नमः वृंदवानी वृंदा विश्व पूजिता पुष्पसारा नंदिनी कृष्ण जीवम विश्व पावनी तुलसी नमो नमः वृंदवानी वृंदा विश्व पूजिता पुष्पसारा नंदिनी कृष्ण जीवम विश्व पावनी तुलसी नमो नमः Continuing the story of Tulasi. Yeah, last week we completed the story of Tulasi. This week we are going to hear about the glories of Salagrama-shila and Tulasi Maharani. So this wonderful pastime happened so that we understand the glories of Tulasi. So Krishna always have some plan to glorify a devotee. See, if you see in Mahabharata, Krishna wanted to glorify Arjuna. He wanted to give that, show to the world that how great warrior is Arjuna is, and through him he gave us Bhagavad Gita. So he has in every plan of the Supreme Lord has an immense background. So now Tulasi Maharani, Tulasi, when at the end of her life, she cursed Krishna, she cursed Vishnu to become a stone. Lord Vishnu accepted it. Yes, I will become a stone. That stone is going to be Shalagram. And your body will become a Kandagi river. And the airs will become trees. The trees are more glorious than any other plants or flowers in the world. See, here sometimes we may mistake that, why Tulasi Maharani cursed Lord. But, these are all pastimes which we have to accept them without any judgments. So we accept, yeah. Krishna himself accepted and he had a plan so that plan is to, he wants to become Shalagram so that the devotees can worship him. So now when Tulasi Maharani was lamenting, Lord Vishnu consoled her. There are unlimited good qualities, unlimited qualities of the Supreme Lord. Bhagavatam says in 10th canto, there is one quality of the Supreme Lord that he can console anyone and everyone. That quality is called Santva. Santva means he can console anyone. So he consoled Tulsi Maharani. This is because she is acting as a normal chaste lady, but bhakti is beyond all these things. So he said, ultimately, you belongs to me. And I am the Supreme Lord, and you are my devotee. You wanted to marry me, but now you are crying when I married you. Then she understood, yes, this is the plan of the Lord. So she was crying that, my husband is your devotee and you killed him. Then he said that, your spiritual form is something different. So we will be eternally married, like I get married to you. This Tulasi and Shalagram-shila marriage comes in, Tulasi Vivah comes in Kartik month. So he has the quality, like, a wonderful quality that he consoled Tulasi Maharani. Then now the Lord is describing the glories of Tulasi. The description is very big, so I thought instead of me telling, we all can together read. So I have opened the file so that we can quickly read. If somebody wants to read, also you can read. You have to tell me whether you are able to see. Anyone wants to read? Hmm? No one wants to read.
Mataji, I will read.
Version.
Hare Krishna. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Lord, blessings Tulasi Devi will bestow. Lord Narayana continued, the sanctifying Tulasi tree will grow in Goloka, on the coast of the Viraja river, on the Rasa dance site, in the forests of Vrindavan, Bandira, Champaka, Chandana, and in the groves of Madhavi, Ketaki, Kunda, Mallika, and Malati. You will live in sacred places and bestow the highest religious merit. All the holy spots will converge and reside at the root of the Tulasi tree, and thus spiritual merits will accrue to all. O fair one, all the demigods and I will wait there to gather the falling Tulasi leaves. Whoever will be moistened or anointed with the water that has been sanctified by Tulasi leaves will reap the benefits of having bathed in all the sacred rivers and performed all kinds of sacrifices. Lord Hari will not be as pleased with the gift of 1,000 jars of honey as with one tulasi leaf. Offering one such leaf as a gift will bring the same reward obtained by offering millions of cows. If one offers tulasi leaves during the month of Kartika, he gets the same rewards as those just mentioned. If at the time of death one drinks or gets the tulasi leaf water, one will be freed of all his sins and proceed to Vaikuntha. Whoever drinks the Tulasi leaf water daily will be redeemed in his lifetime and receive the benefit of a dip in the Ganges. Whoever plucks a Tulasi leaf, keeps it on his person, and then leaves his body in a holy place will go to Vishnu Loka. Anyone who worships me with this leaf
Anyone who gives. Okay.
okay.
Correct. Anyone?
Mataji, I think it's a bit up.
Oh, yeah. Right.
If Tulasi
Ah.
this one only.
Ah.
Anyone who worships me with this leaf daily will reap the blessings of 100,000 horse sacrifices. Anyone who leaves his body holding a tulasi leaf in his hands will be saved from all sins. Anyone who wears a necklace composed of tulasi wood will surely at every step get the reward of a horse sacrifice. Whoever breaks his promise while holding the tulasi leaf will go to the Kalsutra hell for as long as the sun and moon last. Anyone who gives false evidence in the presence of the tulasi leaf will go to the Kumbhipaka hell for as long as the lifespans of 14 Indras.
Wait, 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Whoever.
Whoever at the time of death drinks or gets a little tulasi leaf water will certainly proceed to Vaikuntha, leaving in a jeweled airplane. Lord Hari will decapitate that person who, on the day of the new moon or the full moon, or on the 12th or last day of the lunar month, or after being anointed with oil just before taking a bath, or at noon, night, daybreak, or sundown, or in a state of impurity, or in one's night dress, will cull or pluck the tulsi leaf. O chaste one, even if such a leaf is kept for 3 nights and becomes dry, it can still be employed in connection with funeral ceremonies, vows, gifts, consecration of temples, and the worship of demigods. If tulsi leaves that were offered to Lord Vishnu have fallen on the ground or on water are then properly washed, they may still be used for other sacred purposes. You will always be the presiding deity of the Tulsi plant here on earth, and at the same time, you will always sport with Sri Krishna in solitude in Goloka. You will also be the presiding deity of the Gandaki river and thereby shower India with religious merit. You will further be the wife of the ocean of salt, which is my partial expansion. O chaste goddess, you will always remain personally by my side and enjoy my company, as Lakshmi does.
So now we have read the glories of Tulasi Maharani. So some verses are there where first we will complete Tulasi Maharani's glories, then we will go to Salagrama-shila. Again, we will have a reading thing. So I have noted down 2 verses. These 2 verses, we'll see what they say. See, these 2 verses are from Adi Leela. So this Adi Leela, chapter 3, verse 104. Tulasi dala matrena jalasya kulukenava. Jalasya kulukenava vikirnite swam atmanam bhaktayebhyo bhakta vatsalaha. Tulasi dala matrena jalasya kulukenava vikirnite swam atmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsala. So Krishna says in this verse, this is from Gaudiniya Tantra, but which is quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrtam. So in this, Krishna, Supreme Lord, is promising that he sell himself unconditionally to the devotees who give tulasi. Okay. So again, I'll come to this later for this second verse. So Krishna says in this Shastra that if somebody gives me tulasi with love, we also see this in Bhagavad Gita. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktaya prayachati tadaham bhakti ubhatram asnami prayatatmanaha. So here the patram, first is patram. That patram is not ordinary leaf, it is tulsi leaf. The Acharyas give commentary that it is not normal leaf, it is tulsi leaf. Anybody can give tulsi leaf. Tulsi is an easy plant. Everywhere it is growing, you can, pluck in the right time before the sun comes in the very hard, like morning time. Morning time you can pluck, and the same time in the evening also, when the sun is not so heavy, you can pluck. But when you take tulsi, we have to take some precautions that you are not plucking like this, or we are not using any scissors. She's very sensitive. We worship her, so with all due respects, we can chant some mantra. This Vrindavani Vrinda Vishwa Pujita Pushpasara Nandini Krishna Jivam Vishwa Pavani Tulasi Namo Nama. This verse, and then pluck tulasi and wash and keep them. So, as per Krishna's promise, that if we offer Tulasi to Krishna, Krishna is very pleased. See, if we love somebody, we should understand what they like, right? So, Supreme Lord is a person. So, and he declares in Guru, through Guru and Sadhu Shastra, we understand that he likes this. We all know that Krishna likes butter, Krishna likes puffed rice. So, whatever we offer, okay. He also says, I will accept all fruits, vegetables, all these things, milk products, milks. And when we offer anything to him, not the prohibited things, so when we offer, we put Tulasi in everything. Without Tulasi as the main thing, nothing is accepted. So Tulasi has the great value when we offer to the Lord. So some devotees ask different questions, especially on Radhashtami day. It is Radha Mataji's, Radha Rani's day. So some people ask, so shall we offer Tulasi or not? Different temple has different standards. Normally, we worship Radha Krishna together, right? It is not that we worship Krishna alone or Radha alone. So, in the sense here, we all generally understand that Tulsi is given because we worship together, not separately. In that sense, so we offer Tulsi. Generally, to the lotus feet of Radharani and other demigods or acharyas, in Panchatattva also, to Gadadhar and Srivas Thakur, we don't offer Tulsi. But even Sudarshan Chakra, we offer Tulsi. And all other, Guru Parampara, we don't offer Tulsi at the lotus feet. So Krishna's, we understand that what is the desire of Krishna, that he accepts Tulasi and he is very pleased with the one who offers Tulasi to Krishna, Vishnu, all incarnations. We can offer him Tulasi. So Tulasi has high merits. We have seen now when a dying person is offered Tulasi water, they washed off all sins. Yeah, all sins are washed off, but the question may arise, okay, what next? When sins are washed off, then the particular jiva or particular person should be willing to do devotional service. Unless we completely surrender to Krishna, there is no way that we can go to spiritual world. That we all, because these are all concessions given to us. Okay, you offer Tulsi to Krishna and you get the benefit of Ashwamedha Yagya. Many things are mentioned in Shastra. That means what it is. That means Krishna will favor you so that you can do devotional service nicely. So that is if you see generally people in India, Hindus especially, they all have Tulsi plants. Even the people who eat non-vegetarian, they also have Tulsi plant. So we have a system, right? Sadhana system. The system teaches us clearly that our ultimate goal is to get Krishna Prema, right? But these people worship even Tulasi Maharani in the mode of karma kanda. Karma kanda means I do this, I want to get this. So that mentality we are not going to develop. We are going to develop a real love for this devotee because this devotee is from a spiritual world. So Krishna has given us a chance to associate with this devotee, take her blessings, because without devotee's blessings, there is no advancement. So he has given us this devotee here who is very merciful. So we change ourselves. We leave our materialism. We follow her, we serve her. There is a chance for us to serve her. By service, our impurities go off. By circumambulating, our tendency to commit sins should go. Yeah, when we circumambulate, even the Brahma Hatya, if a person kills a Brahmin, that sin also goes away. But that person should change. Okay, I circumambulate and again I kill some Brahmana and come and circumambulate. That attitude will not work out. So here, I hope these devotees understand that these things are mentioned in the Shastra so that we wash off our impurities, but we develop our purity. Purity is not like material punya. Purity is advancing in Krishna consciousness. So now, Lord also wanted to explain the glories of Salagram-shila. So when we hear about Salagram-shila, definitely each and every devotee wants to worship Salagram. Yes, because Shalagram, it is available in Nepal. Many devotees in my life, many devotees, they offered, you want Shalagram? We are from Nepal, as if like, you want 5 rupees, I will give you 5 rupees, like that. You want this? Devotees generally, not advanced devotees, normal persons who go to Nepal, I have got many times they asked me, do you want like that? My dear devotees, the shalagram glories are very unlimited. At the same time, the restrictions are also unlimited. To worship shalagram, we are not qualified. So this Yuga Dharma, this first I have to tell you, then we will go to the glories of shalagram. Krishna manifested himself as shalagram. So, but we need to have the qualification to worship. So the shalagrams best worshipped in temples. Some Brahmin families they worship shalagram as it is passed on from generations. I have seen some devotees taking the risk of worshipping shalagram in their house, but unless somebody is really perfect, they dare not think that okay, I am qualified to worship shalagram. So it's very difficult because to bring perfection in our families because the family ladies and the people who come in the house, there is a lot of unlimited chances that we remain impure and we commit mistakes. So generally, our spiritual master and senior devotees suggest that the shalagram is worshipped in the temple because many devotees are there. They maintain a very high standard. So now we will see the glories of shalagram and how the shalagram design and what kind of many informations are mentioned in the same place where we read the glories of Tulasi Maharani. We will see the Srimati Tulasi Maharani. So here we will read the glories of Salagram-shila. It's a nice description, so I thought let me read only instead of blessings of the Shalagram. Who can read? Somebody willing to read? Jai Lakshmi Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Mother.
Hare Krishna.
Blessings of Solomon, Lord Hari continue. As for me, by your curse, I will become a stone and remain close to the bank of Gandki river. Millions of Vajraketa worms with their sharp teeth will make convolutions or ring in the stones, their chakras representing me. These will be known as shaligrams or sacred stones. Those stones which have one entrance hole, four rings, are marked with a garland of wild flowers and look like a fresh rain cloud, will be known as Lakshmi Narayan murtis or forms. Those stones that have one entrance,
And,
those stones which have one entrance hole, four rings, are marked with a garland of wildflowers and look like a fresh rain cloud will be known as Lakshmi Narayan Murtis or form. Those stones that have one entrance hole, four rings, look like fresh rain cloud but have no garland mark will be called Lakshmi Janardhan Chakras. Those that have two entrance holes, four rings are impressed with the mark of cow hooves but have no garland mark will be called Raghunatha chakras. Those that are very small have two rings, look like fresh rain cloud but have no garland mark will be called Vaman chakras. They shall be auspicious to householders. Those stones that are very small, have two rings and a garland mark will be called Sridhar chakras. They will bring prosperity to householders. Those stones that are large, circular,
Wait. Okay.
those stones that are large, circular, have two rings but no garland mark will be known as Damodar chakras. Those that are medium large, have two rings, have the mark of arrows and quivers will be known as Rana Rama chakras. Those that are medium size, have seven rings and have the mark of an umbrella and ornaments will be called Raja Rajeshwaras, King of Kings chakra, and give royal prosperity to the people. Those that are large, have 14 wheels, look like fresh rain cloud, will be called Anant Chakras. They will bestow the fourfold fruit, Artha, Kama, Dharma, and Moksha, wealth, pleasure, righteousness, and liberation. Those that are spherical, beautiful, medium large, have two rings, look like rain clouds, and are marked with the cow hooves, will be called Madhusudan chakras. Those that have one ring will be called Sudarshan chakras. Those that have their rings hidden will be called Gadadhar chakras. Those that have two rings and the face of a horse will be called Hayagrivas. Those that have two rings, their mouth very wide and extended and look very terrifying, will be called Narsimhas. They will bestow detachment on their worshippers. Those that have two rings, extended mouth, and garland marks will be called Lakshmi Narsimhas. They will bestow blessings on the householder who worship them. Those that have near their doors two rings that are or of equal size and beautiful with many festive marks will be known as Vasudevas. They will fulfill all desires. Those that have a thin ring look like fresh rain clouds and have many fine holes within their wide gaping faces will be called Pradyumnas. They will give happiness to all householders. Those whose rings are united and whose back are capacious will be called Sankarshnas. They will always bestow happiness to householders. Those that look yellow, round, and very beautiful will be known as Anirudras. They also will give happiness to householders. Wherever there are Shaligram stones, Lord Hari himself exists. And whatever Lord Hari is, Goddess Lakshmi and all the holy places also exist. By worshipping the Shaligram-shila, one destroys the sin of having killed a Brahmana and any other type of sin. By worshipping Shaligram stone of the following shape, the following effect takes place. If
Negative effect, huh? Hmm.
yes,
Continue.
yes, if the stone look like an umbrella, one may obtain a kingdom. If the stone look round, great prosperity. If it is card shaped, miseries. If it ends are spear shaped, death. If its facets are distorted, poverty. If it is yellow, evils and afflictions. If its ring look broken, diseases. If its ring are split into fragments, certain death. If one observes vows, offer gifts, consecrates a temple, perform shraddhas or funeral ceremonies, or the worship the demigod before the Shaligram Shila, all these acts become highly exalted. If one worships the Shaligram Shila, one acquires the merit of bathing in all the tirthas, holy rivers, and being initiated in all the Vedic sacrifices. Furthermore, one acquires all the merit acquired by performing all the Vedic sacrifices, by visiting all the holy places, by fulfilling vows, by practicing all austerities, and by reading all the Vedas. Whoever performs his Abhisheka, wedding ceremony is always with Shaligram water, being sprinkled with this water at the initiation and installation ceremonies, acquire the spiritual merit gained by offering all sorts of gifts and walking around the entire earth. Without a doubt, the demigods are pleased with the person who daily worship the Shaligram-shila. He becomes so holy that even all the holy places desire his touch. He become a Jiva Mukta, radiant light in his physical body, and very godly. Ultimately, he goes to Vaikuntha and serves Lord Hari there eternally. Any scene such as killing of Brahma flies away from him just as snakes flee at the sight of Garuda, Lord Vishnu's regal carrier. The earth is consecrated by the dust of his feet. By his birth, he redeems 100,000 of his ancestors. Anyone who, while dying, drinks the Shaligram-shila water will be free from all his sins and go to Vaikuntha. He becomes completely free from the effect of karma, of material actions and reaction, and without a doubt becomes forever absorbed in the vision of Lord Vishnu. Anyone who lies while holding the Shaligram in his hand goes to Kumbhipaka hell for as long as Lord Brahma is alive. That is 300 trillion and 40 billion Earth years. If one breaks his promise while holding the Shaligram in one hand in his hand, he goes to Asi Patra hell for 100,000 Manvantras. He who worships the Shaligram-shila without offering tulsi leaves on it, or who separates the leaves from the stone, will have to suffer separation from his wife in his next birth. And if one does not offer the tulsi leaves in a conch, he remains without his wife for 7 births and becomes diseased. He who maintains the Shaligram-shila, the tulsi, and the conch in one place becomes very dear to Lord Narayana. It is painful for a person to separate from his beloved, whose company he once enjoyed. You were the dearmost of Sankshuda for 1 month, Manvantra, so it is now very difficult for you to separate from him.
Very good. So we will
Thank
end.
you, Mataji.
So now you can see the glories of Shalagram-shila and the descriptions were there. Many times we wanted to read how the Shalagram-shilas are. So we know the glories of Shalagram-shila. So the rules, Pancharatrika rules for worshipping the Shalagram-shila is very strict. So our Yuga Dharma is chanting the holy name of the Lord. Those who are very, very much into deity worship, they go into deep and then they do this things. That is very rare. In the society, some percentage of devotees, they are interested in deity worship. Generally, it is not advised that we bring shalagram in the house because, in the house we are not so perfect to worship him. One who is very confident, they are worshipping. Okay. So now again coming to the glories of Tulasi and Shalagram. Okay. So we will see some pastimes in the in Chaitanya Charitamrita and also in Krishna Leela, one by one, where the Tulasi is by worshipping Tulasi, the devotees are very highly benefited. So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Advaita Acharya worshipped Shalagram Shila with Tulasi. So, that Shalagram Shila is Narsimha Shila. Advaita Acharya is also incarnation of Sadasiva and Mahavishnu. If we want to invite the Supreme Lord, we need to do big austerity. It is not easy. So we can see that how he pleases the Supreme Lord. If you want to please the Supreme Lord, you perform great spiritual activity. right? So Advaita Acharya showed us that how we can please the Supreme Lord by offering tulsi leaves to Shalagram and Ganga water. So Ganga water and tulsi leaves, Krishna is pleased to Narasimha-shila. And then he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? And we also see, if you go to Vrindavan, we see a very famous deities, Radharaman. This Radharaman was Shalagram-shila, Damodar-shila, and then later, by the desire of Sanatana Goswami, he took the form of a deity. So Krishna fulfills the sincere worshippers, deity worshippers, and then he reciprocates with them. And we also see pastime in Krishna Lila. In Dwaraka, once Krishna wanted to make a sweet pastime. So Narad Muni also came. We all know this story. So somehow there was a deal, and then in that deal, Satyabhama sells Krishna to Narad Muni. So to get Krishna back from Narad Muni, the thing is then that much, according to the weight of Krishna, gold is given. Satyabhama brings all our gold, but nothing is equal to Krishna's weight. Krishna is like, it is the gold, ornament, silver, whatever she has, all doesn't, it's, Krishna is very heavy and this is light. It's not equally. And then she's crying because Satyabhama doesn't have more. And then when she started crying, Rukmini came and she kept one tulsi leaf, not bunch, not a garland, nothing. The one tulsi leaf, then the balance, weighing balance become equal. Or we can say that, this become very heavy. And so we understand that Krishna gave so much importance to Tulsi, and those who know the secret, these are all secrets. Okay, we know the secret, but if we don't chant the holy name, if we don't follow the regulative principles, if we are not genuinely devotees, then no use. Then this becomes artificial, right? I have seen some people who they don't chant, but they don't follow the sadhana bhakti, sadhana bhakti given to us by Prabhupada. But they simply offer tulsi. Yeah, offering tulsi leaves, Krishna is pleased, but he will push you to become a devotee. So ultimately, these things are there for us to increase a genuine love for Krishna, genuine devotion to Krishna. So either it is worshipping Shalagram-shila, offering tulsi to Krishna. So when somebody is dying, we are offering tulsi leaf, tulsi water to them. We drink tulsi water, we drink Shalagram-shila, Charanamrit, whatever it is all to improve, to make our devotion, continue, nityam. It should go nityam. It's not that one day I offer tulsi, then next day I forget about it. One day I worship Tulasi Maharani, then later I forget about her. Not like that. Nothing. We understand now. We understand the value of Tulasi Maharani, so we grow her in our houses. For this worshipping Tulasi Maharani, anybody can worship. Not restriction like Salagram-shila. So watering, worshipping, bowing down, circumlating, singing the glories, offering tulsi to Krishna, all these things are like, 9 devotional process: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmani Vedanam. So like that, we have this different worships of Tulsi Maharani, different activities will help us in advance in Krishna consciousness. So we do that. We worship Tulsi Maharani because she is a pure devotee. And through our mercy, by taking these are all our recommendations to go to spiritual world. We get the recommendations from devotees. We get from Guru Parambara. We get from different devotees. So we also surrender to Tulasi Maharani so that she gives us Krishna Bhakti, Vishnu Bhakti Pradayini. She can give us Bhakti. So we worship her every day. This is in our sadhana plan. Every day we worship. It is not that, I worship once in a while, like that. No, it is there in our package. So we worship her. We ask her. We ask for her blessings and we advance in spiritual life. Okay. So one more verse I have to mention. Yeah. So Krishna says in verse in that one who offers tulsi leaf is very pleased. And there is one more verse. This this verse we will read first. Now I will go to the explanation. Tulasi parikramakara, tulasi sevana, nirantara Krishna nama kariha kirtana. Tulasi parikramakara. So this instruction is given in Madhya Leela that you do Tulsi Parikrama, Tulsi Sevana, Nirantara, Krishna Nama, Karita Kirtan. Okay. So now in two places, in two more places in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see how the worship of Tulsi Maharani is very, very important. Once we all know that how Haridas Thakur became a devotee. In his previous life, he was a Brahmana and he was offering Tulasi to the Supreme Lord without washing. So the father cursed him, you become a Shudra. Some people say that is the same Brahma. Brahma became Haridas Thakur. Some say that, previous life he made the offense of not washing Tulasi and offering to the Supreme Lord. Two ways it is mentioned. So now the point is, he became Haridas Thakur, and he in one occasion, like Haridas Thakur always have a simple house, very hut. He has a small ashram, very simple hut. And in front of that, he had Tulsi and he was chanting every day 3 lakhs name. That it is calculated that he chanted 192 rounds every day. But the Muslim kings were very much envious of Haridas Thakur. Being a Muslim, he became a devotee. So they wanted to, smash his bhakti. So they wanted to, disturb him. So that king selected the best beautiful prostitute to delude him. So that beautiful prostitute is the number one. There is no one who were not under her control. So such a beautiful prostitute was sent to delude Haridas Thakur. Prabhupada always mentions in Bhagavad Gita that, comparing Haridas Thakur and yogis. Haridas Thakur is a devotee. Vishwamitra was a yogi. So, but if you are a devotee, the devotional service, see, how we are going to Krishna, we are going to Krishna with the help of Krishna. The Harinam is Krishna, and Krishna helps us to, by chanting the holy name, we take Krishna to achieve Krishna. The way, the means and the goal same. Krishna helps us to reach Krishna. So Haridas Thakur surrendered to Krishna, taking the holy name, depending on Krishna. Then he was not attacked by Maya. But whereas Vishwamitra was depending on his own strength. That's the difference between Bhakti Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. So this Prabhupada mentions many times in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so Vishwamitra was not able to become successful unless he surrendered to Lord Ram. He surrendered to Lord Ram and he helped Lord Ram to serve him, and then later he arranged the marriage between Lord Ram and Sita. Then he became successful. Then he became a Brahma Rishi. Until then, he was not successful. Twice he fell down. Once this Banaka spoiled him. Second, he was very angry on the person who disturbed his tapasya. So Prabhupada is telling us that a yogi and a bhakti. Bhakti Yogi. This is Ashtanga Yogi and the Bhakti Yogi. There is much difference. So Haridas Thakur was protected by the holy name. So holy name is powerful. So Haridas Thakur was chanting the holy name. The prostitute couldn't do anything. For 3 days she tried, 3 nights she tried. Then later she became a devotee. Haridas Thakur knew that he was targeted. He was targeted. He could have left the place, but he stayed back to show mercy on her. Then he recites this verse that, you do parikrama to Tulasi. You give up all your money and property which you accumulated by the bad means, like wrong means. She was a prostitute. So all the money and all the property you distribute, throw them away. Then you come here, and then she became a Haridasi. Haridas Thakur's disciple. She became Haridas Thakur's disciple and she became a Haridasi. And then she was sitting in front of Tulasi and chanting, and and she became glorified from a prostitute to a devotee. What a great, that's Tulasi worship. Holy name and Tulasi worship was given to her by Haridas Thakur. Similar, one more same kind of Leela, I mean, pastimes described in Chaitanya Charitamrita is our Mrihari. Mrihari was an hunter. Anyway, everybody know this very famous story, but still I would like to narrate it. It's a very beautiful story. Narad Muni, we all know that he is a Triloka Chanchari. He travels in the world and he is in the spiritual body. Some spiritual persons are in the material world to help the conditioned souls. So Narad Muni always in material world to help the conditioned souls. So he was traveling around and he saw somewhere in the forest the animals are off killed. Hunters, we know that they kill the animals. But off killing means, what is the meaning of off killing? He catches a bird and cut the legs or wings so that the bird is not dying, but the bird cannot live also. You imagine if somebody is killing, okay, that moment pain is there, then the person dies. But if it is hands are taken off, eyes are taken, pierced off, legs are cut off, how much pain the animal suffers. So Narad Muni could see continuously one bird, one pig, one deer, like that many animals, rabbit, all these animals were off killed. And they are, struggling to live. Then he found out that this Mrigari by name, a hunter by name Mrigari, was doing all these things. Then Narad Muni had a big conversation with him. It's all described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He was not at all aware. The Mrigari was not at all aware. He said, "Oh, Narad Muni, I can give you, oh, you want something? I can give you deer skin, tiger skin, or some meat. What do you want? I can give." He was so much in ignorance that he didn't know that what he is doing is the biggest sin. Now, many people in the world are like that. They eat beef, they eat this pork and all dirty things, but they don't know. They are not aware of As much as possible, we try to preach them. At least you get rid of meat eating. Please don't eat meat. But they are eating. They don't know. They are so dull-headed. Dull-headed. They didn't even come to the level of vegetarians. So we all need to preach. So this Narad Muni was telling him, you know, what is the consequences of all these activities? Same amount or more amount of suffering you have to face. Slowly, he was convincing, he was, telling him the consequences. Then Brigari said, now what I will do? I am a hunter. How I will survive? I have no other business. I don't know anything. What I will do? Narad Muni said, don't worry. Do one thing, leave everything. There is one river. On the bank of that river, you have a hut and have a tulsi plant, chant the holy name. He gave Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and then before Tulsi you chant, and then you see what will happen. You believe in this. Then Brihari followed. He left everything. He and his wife came to the bank of a river, kept a small Tulsi plant and started chanting. The news went around. One day, 2 day, third day, so many people came to see him. They didn't come alone. They didn't come empty-handed. I have seen some people, they go to meet some people with nothing in their hands. See, my dear girls, whether we want to meet devotees or we want to meet the Supreme Lord, simple thing. Okay, every day you are going to temple, every day some simple thing you have to carry. You are meeting some devotees. I'm not telling you, you have to take a gold, diamond. No, some simple thing which is affordable for you. Some prasad, something you have to carry and give. So, uh, these are all people, cultured people, they know that they are going to see some devotee who left everything and he is chanting full time. So they brought rice, dal, vegetables, fruits, flowers. Everything was given. Then clothes. So his wife cooked prasadam, offered, and then gave prasadam distributed started because it became a little bit more. So they even supplied prasadam distribution to the visiting devotees. You see. So Mrigari trusted as the spiritual master and worshipped Tulsi. Here Tulsi worshipping was mentioned strongly. So we all will worship Tulasi Maharani, pray to her that this is Nirantara. Nirantara means always. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Nowhere it is said today you worship, then forget. Like pariharas. Parihara means remedies. In remedies, no, to get rid of sins, we go to some place and then do some rituals or do something and then forget. Forget about it. We don't continue. Devotion is like that, we want to become Satatam Kirtayantomam. Always, always. There is no stop. Like Ganga flowing towards ocean, and the flow is continuous. It is not stopping. Jivanati. Ganga is Jivanati. So she is continuously flowing towards ocean. Like that, our devotion towards Krishna should continuously flow. So that's why the Shastras always uses the word Nirantara, Satatam, always, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Not say, okay, one day you read Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. So always we chant the glories of Tulasi Maharani. We worship every day Tulasi Maharani. We offer every time Tulasi to Krishna. Even dried Tulasi can be offered to Krishna. We collect Tulasi carefully and we keep it and then we can offer it to Krishna. So we advance in our spiritual life by worshipping Tulasi Maharani. Tulasi Maharani ki jai. So if you have any doubts, last week I mentioned that the Sankhashuda was Sridama or Sudama. He is Sudama. Sudama. Cowherd by Sudama. Okay. If you have any doubts or comments, you are welcome. Hare Krishna. Any doubts? No doubts, huh? If you have any general doubts, you can ask also. Any general doubts?
Pranam Mataji, when we offer boga, I keep 3 plates and I put different preparations there. But I don't mind offering 3 plates, but other devotee, he says I should not offer 3, I should offer 2 or 4, like that. So why should I? Is there any rule that says that when you offer it, it should not be 3 number, it should be other number like 1 or 2, but not 3?
No. You offer 1, 2, 3 plates?
Yeah, sometimes only 1 or 2, but if there are many preparations, then I might put 2 preparations in 1 plate. But sometimes if I make 3 preparations, 1 in each plate, so it would be 3 items in 3 plates, and then I will offer like that. But when everybody was saying that, no, please don't give me 3 plates, give me 2 plates, because I don't like to offer 3. So I was like, okay, I will ask about it.
No, generally we offer 1 plate only. 1 plate, in that 1 plate, we keep cups. Like
I see.
I make 2 sabji, vegetable, 1 rice, 1 dal, and 1 some other salad or yogurt, rasam, like that. Rasam is 1 soup. Okay. So I prepare like 5, 6 items, 1 plate only. In that 1 plate, I keep different cups. Rice cup, dal cup, vegetable cup, a soup cup, yogurt cup, like that. And then I carry, we keep generally in temple also 1 plate only, not 3.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mataji. I instead I should have said cups. I have 3 cups. I don't have plate, but I have 3 cups. So
Yeah.
in 1 cup I will put water, and the other, let's say, rice, and in other sabji. So I have 3 cups in total. But the body feels bad because it's 3 and should be like 2.
4.
So I'm like, okay. Yeah, but I don't know. I
We
was.
don't have such calculations. My husband always
Yeah.
says, like, if you keep things like this, you keep 2 or 4 or 6. Some people are like this, not in singular. 1, 3, 5, not like that. 2, 4, 6, like that.
Oh, I see.
Count. 2, 4, like
Mm,
that. Or not 1, 3, 5,
yeah.
single. And that is done.
Oh, okay.
So that way,
Okay.
yeah,
So it should be 2 cups, or like not 1 or 3 or 5, right?
yes.
When I offer.
4,
Oh, okay.
like that.
Okay. I will take that into account. Okay, Mataji.
But it is
Thank
not
you.
very hard and a very strict rule, like, if you make 3 preparations, yeah, then you can keep water as the fourth one, and you have four cups,
Yes.
like that.
Okay, Mataji.
But it is not a very hard rule.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I never heard that, you have to, but it is there. So my husband says, no. If I keep 3 idlis, he doesn't like 3. He says, keep 4 idlis. Okay, 4 idlis.
Yeah.
Items,
Oh, okay. Yes.
not in cups.
Yeah.
Not in cups.
Okay. Right. Yes.
Hare Krishna. So any
Hare
other doubt?
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Nothing. Yes.
Mataji, how to make our sadhanas strong and consistent? I try, but I'm not very consistent in chanting.
Often we have to hear the glories of chanting. Then we get motivation. So association with the devotees, reading Prabhupada's books. These two things are very important, which will push us in front. These are all pushing agents. I read Prabhupada's books very often. Like, every day 1 hour if you read, then the motivation will come. I get the bhakti, the prime motive for bhakti is think about the negativities in life. Think about the sufferings you underwent. Then, you will definitely get, again and again in every page of Shastra says that why do you suffer here? Why do you suffer here? You want to suffer here? Come again and suffer. All the Shastra, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jadare Shayanam. So all the Shastras say that, this is the dangerous place. You should get rid of this. Again and again we are getting the teachings. This is like, Maya is having a stick in our hand, in her hand, and then she's beating us. This is one way. The positive way is to develop our human form of life, is to attain Krishna Prema. So by listening to all these instructions, by reading again and again, we get high motivation. Oh, this lifetime, no. And within this lifetime, I want to achieve this. I want to become a devotee. Genuinely, I want to please Krishna because this is my eternal thing which I have forgotten now. So only one story I will tell you. See that whether you get the motivation or not. Some people say that this is a Bible story, but we can use that Bible story also. There was a very rich man, and this rich man had two sons. One is a good son, the other one is a very bad son. He had lots of friends and lots of negative activities. So he was motivated by the friends that, you abuse your father's property. Okay, he came to the father and forced him. You must give me money. I don't want to be with you. Give me my share. So the father gave him his share. So the son took the share and went out of house, and then spend the money like anything. If you are not proper, you can, even crores of money, you can smash in, you can, finish in a short while. So that's what happened to him. He lost all the money. And money is not there, friends will not be there. So all his evil friends went away. He was alone, all alone. He had no food to eat. So what he did, there was a, shed for pigs. He went to a pig's shed and had the pig's food. Pigs have husk, they eat the husk. So he was having the husk as his food. So somebody saw him and then went to his father and reported that your son is taking the food of pigs. Then he said, you please motivate him to come back to me. I will forgive him and accept. Then that person, friend of his father, went to the boy and told, who are you? He said, I forgot. And he said, this town, the first richest man is your father. Go back to him, ask for forgiveness. Then you will regain all your riches. Then the son understood and went back to his father and said, please forgive me. I will remain a good son. Father forgave and accepted him. This is here, we are acting like this bad boy. We got separated from our rich father. We had a nice life. In Vaikuntha, there is no anxiety. There is no birth, death, old age, disease. So only happiness. We don't know what is happiness, We don't know. Really speaking, we don't know what is happiness called. Here, happiness is also distress in this material world. So to regain our, original position, we need to go to the Father and ask for forgiveness, which we are doing like now. If we understand this story, then we will, whatever happens in our life, we will not leave devotional service. Once the father understood that we are genuinely asking for forgiveness, genuinely want to go back to him, then he will take us. The moment we surrender completely, that is our point.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
It reminds me of one thing when Prabhupada says that in material world we think that absence of distress is happiness.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Fine. Yes. Any other questions? Okay, we will see next week. Vanchakalpadarubhasya kripasindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna.